Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah walhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah wa ba'd. Welcome back everybody and thank you for joining us in lesson number 14. Before we begin today's lesson, I want to remind everybody that if you are having difficulties with any of the past lessons, you should go back and watch those before you join us in today's lesson. Today we're going to be learning about Tanween. Tanween is another diacritic, right? So far we've learned three: Fatha, Kasra, Dhamma. Today's lesson, we're going to double these. Double Fathas, double Kasra, and double Dhammas. Now, they're going to be pronounced differently. Instead of it being a Fatha, it's going to be Fathatan. Instead of it being a Kasra, it's going to be Kasratan. And instead of this being a Dhamma, it's going to be Dhammatan. And that tan word basically means in Arabic dual, two. So two Fathas, two Kasras, two Dhammas. Let's go on to the sound that they're going to make. Normally, you would pronounce this letter as A, right? Alif with a Fatha. When we double it, it's still going to have the Fatha sound at the beginning, A. Only the second Fatha is going to be pronounced as a Noon sound, right? So this will translate to, let's go ahead and redo this. This is actually pronounced like this. Alif with a Fatha and then a Noon with Sukun after it, An. But instead of writing all of this, we just do this, An. If it was a Ba, right? Ben, like this. Ba, and then a Noon with Sukun, Ben. I want to point out a few things here. Number one, a common mistake is that the time that it takes you to pronounce the Alif and the Noon is sometimes extended, and that's a mistake. You don't want N to be pronounced as An. That's too long. You have to go quick from the Alif to the Noon sound, right? And the same thing here, Ben, they pronounce it as Ban, and that's a mistake. You don't want to do that. The other thing that I want you to pay attention to is you notice that when I wrote the Ba, I put an Alif after it. Well, with Fathatain, right, which is the symbol that we're going to take today, you don't need to think about Kasratain or Dhammatain. The Alif gets added to the Fathatain, and that's with all of the letters except for two letters, right? The Hamza. Sometimes you will see the Hamza with the Fathatain without the addition of the Alif, and sometimes it'll get added, and that's when it's connected to the letter before it. Actually, it would be on the letter right here. Okay. And the second letter is a letter that I don't think we brought up yet. You're thinking, wait a minute, there's still one more letter to the alphabet that we haven't learned? No, it's a letter that you already know. It just looks different. It's called the Ta marbuta. Right? Marbuta means tied. And if you think about it, a normal ta would look like this, right? So if I was to take the two ends and put them together, it would look something like this. So this letter is pronounced as two letters that you already know. Sometimes it will be pronounced as a ta, and sometimes it will be pronounced as a ha. When is it pronounced as a ta? When is it pronounced as a ha? Well, that goes back to whatever symbol is on it. In short, if any of these two letters have a sukun, then you pronounce it as a ha. Always, right? And if these letters have any other symbol, Fatha, Kasra, Dhamma, Dhammatain, Fathatain, Kasratain, you will pronounce it as a Ta. We'll learn more about the Ta marbuta in a different lesson. So let's move on to how we pronounce the Fathatan. So let's begin with the first letter. An, Ben, Ten, Then, Jen, Han, Khan, Den, Then, Run, zen, sen, shen, son, dun, طن, ظن, عن, غن, فن, قن, كن, لن, من, نن, ون, hen, yen. Very good. Inshallah, we'll see you in the next video for sets 1 and 2. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.